Today's student learning outcomes are system development lifecycle stakeholders, phases of system development lifecycle, defining phase, planning phase, and feasibility and its types. SDLC stakeholders. Stakeholders are those with any interest in your project's outcome. They are typically the members of a project team, project managers, executives, project sponsors, customers, and users. Stakeholders are people who are invested in the project and who will be affected by your project at any point along the way, and their input can directly impact the outcome. It is a good idea to practice good stakeholder management and constantly communicate with them in order to collaborate on the project. Project stakeholder in general can be single individuals or entire organization who are affected by the execution or outcome of a project. Doesn't matter whether the project affects them negatively or positively. If they are affected, they are a stakeholder. Key project stakeholders, however, are those stakeholders who have the influence and authority to dictate whether a project is a success or not. These are the people and group whose objectives must be satisfied. They make or break the project. Even if all deliverables are in and budgets are met, if these people are not happy, you have failed as a project manager. We have two types of stakeholder, internal stakeholder and external stakeholder. First, we will discuss internal stakeholder. An internal stakeholder is a person, group, or a company that is directly involved in the project. For example, project manager, responsible for managing the whole project. He or she is generally never involved in producing the end product, but he or she controls, monitors, and manages the activities involved in the production. Project team perform the actual work of the project under the project manager, including development, testing, etc. Company organization who has taken up the project and whose employees are directly involved in the development of the project. Funders, they provide funds and resources for the successful completion of the project. Now discuss external stakeholder. An external stakeholder is the one who is linked indirectly to the project but has significant contribution in the successful completion of the project. For example, customer specify the requirement of the project and helps in the elicitation process of the requirement gathering phase. Customer is the one for whom the project is being developed. Supplier supplies essential services and equipment for the project, and government agencies makes policies which helps in better working of the organization. SDLC phases or steps. System development lifecycle is a process which defines the various stages involved in the development of software for delivering a high quality product. SDLC stages cover the complete life cycle of a software from inception to retirement of the product. Now these are the system development life cycle phases or steps: defining, planning, feasibility, analysis, requirement engineering, design, coding, testing, deployment, and maintenance. Now first phase of SDLC is defining phase. In this phase, the problem to be solved or system to be developed is clearly defined. All the requirements are documented and approved from the customer or the company, which consists of all the product requirements to be designed and developed during the development life cycle. For example, defining phase of students examination system development may be A student's examination system is needed to be developed that covers all the aspects of examination taking to the student's results generation. In second phase of SDLC, planning phase, during the planning phase, the objective of the project is determined and the requirement to produce the product are considered. An estimate of resources such as personnel and cost is prepared along with our concept for the new product. All of the information is analyzed to see if there is an alternative solution to creating a new product. If there is no other viable alternative, the information is assembled into a project plan and presented to management for approval. For example, in the student's information system development project, planning will be made to set the ultimate goals and an estimate of resources such as personnel and cost is prepared. Now feasible study. Feasibility study is one of the important steps in SDLC. Feasibility study is used to assess the strengths and weakness of a proposed software or system and present direction of activities which will improve a project and achieve desired results. The nature and components of feasibility studies depend primarily on the areas in which analyzed projects are implemented. Feasibility study is the analysis and evaluation of a proposed project system to determine whether it is technically, financially or economically, legally and operationally feasible within the estimated cost and time. It is divided into the following types of form: technical feasibility, economical feasibility, operational feasibility, legal feasibility and schedule feasibility. For example, the student's examination system development project is assessed for all types of feasibilities and presented to management for final approval. Now technical feasibility. Technical feasibility assesses the current resources such as hardware and software and technology which are required to accomplish user requirements in the software within the allocated time and budget. For this, the software development team ascertains whether the current resources and technology can be upgraded or added in the software to accomplish specified user requirements. Technical feasibilities also perform the following tasks: analyze the technical skills and capability of the software development team members, determine whether the relevant technology is stable and established, determine that the technology chosen for software development has a large number of users so that they can be consulted when problems arise or improvements are required. Now operational feasibility. Operational feasibility assesses the extent to which the required software performs a series of steps to solve business problems and user requirements. This feasibility is dependent on human resources, software development team, and involves visualization whether the software will operate after it is developed and be operative once it is installed. Operational feasibility also performs the following tasks: determines whether the problem anticipated in user requirement are of high priority, determines whether the solution suggested by the software development team is acceptable, analyzes whether user will adopt to a new software, determines whether the organization is satisfied by the alternative solutions proposed by the software development team. Economic feasibility. Economic feasibility determines whether the required software is capable of generating financial gains for an organization. It involves the costs incurred on the software development team, estimated cost of hardware and software, cost of performing feasibility study and so on. For this, it is essential to consider expenses made on purchases such as hardware purchase and activities required to carry out software development. In addition, it is necessary to consider the benefit that can be achieved by developing the software. Software is said to be economically feasible if it focuses on the issue listed below. Costs incurred on software development to produce long-term gains for an organization. Cost required to conduct full software investigation such as requirement analysis, cost of hardware, software development team and training. Legal feasibility. In legal feasibility study, project is analyzed in legality point of view. This includes analyzing barriers of legal implementation of project, data protection acts or social media laws, project certificates, license, copyright, etc. Overall, it can be said that legal feasibility studies study to know a proposed project conform legal and ethical requirements. Now, schedule feasibility. In a schedule feasibility study, mainly timelines, deadlines is analyzed for proposed project, which includes how many times team will take to complete final project, which has a great impact on the organization as purpose of project may fail if it cannot be completed on time. Okay, dear student, that is the end of today's lecture. Now it's your turn. Challenge yourself. You can see few questions on the screen which are based on today's lecture. Kindly solve them. Thank you.